I've got Suzanne Biro back this week for another cooking demo, and Suzanne writes a food blog called Food by the Gearhead's Wife. So I'm going to hand it over to her. She's going to show you how to make preserved lemons.
You do need quite a lot of lemons for this recipe because some of them you're actually going to be preserving, and then the other ones you need to juice to be able to cover the lemons that we're trying to preserve with the fresh lemon juice. I would go for about a pound of lemons for about a jar that you're going to be using. I have a jar here. You can see it's not too big. I wouldn't go too big. You know, you want something that holds maybe a cup, maybe 2 cups at most. So take your lemon, take off the knobby end here, just slice that right off. And what you want to do is you want to actually cut this lemon so it opens up like a flower, which means we're not going to be cutting right down through it. We're going to leave this part intact. So this is, here we go. And I usually like to try to cut these into about 6 portions. So hold it quite steady. You're going to get some juice running out of there. That's good. You see how I haven't cut all the way through? So I can open it up like this. And that's actually exactly what I want to do. And this here is kosher salt. And it can be a coarse salt or it can be a fine salt. I prefer something a little coarse because then the salt slowly dissolves rather than quickly dissolves into the lemon as these things sit and preserve in the fridge. So just get your hands right in there. Have a bowl to catch the extra salt underneath. And you really want to take about a tablespoon or so of salt and get all of the edges of the lemon segments covered in salt. You're using lots here. Salt is the preserving agent in this dish. So there we go. You can see that I've got that fairly well covered. And then you're going to pinch that back together and take your ready jar and just gently place it in the jar and move on to your next lemon. You want to be able to pack this jar with as many lemons as you can that can fit in there. It doesn't matter if you squeeze them. If the juice starts to run out, that's perfect. The more lemons that you get in there, the less lemon juice that you actually have to freshly squeeze to top them off. I like to add a little bit of textural contrast and some extra flavoring to be able to sort of enhance this a little bit. Today I've got some really nice chilies. I'm not going to cut that open. I'm just going to leave it and I'm going to just force that in. It's going to break as I go in there. Force that into your jar. And again, it's just for flavoring. Cinnamon stick is really nice. If it doesn't fit in the jar hole like this, you can break it apart, maybe. There. Stick those in there in the jar. They really look pretty too. Here I'm putting just whole peppercorns in, about a tablespoon. Dump those in there. I've got some beautiful fresh bay leaves. Look how beautiful those are. I'm going to stick those in. Again, doesn't matter how you do this, just stick them in. And lastly, I'm going to add some coriander seed. And the finishing touch for this is to take some freshly squeezed lemon juice. So you actually want to be able to have all of your fruit in there completely covered. And then just close that up. And then you put that in the fridge for about a month, back of the fridge so it doesn't get in your way. And then these things are going to be ready.